As I said, there must be an easier way, and there's two different kinds of tools that will make it easier. The first are code-based tools that allow you to write logic using visual blocks. There's also code-based tools in which you actually write text, but in a much simpler way than you do with Android Studio and Java. And there's no-code tools that allow you to use pre-existing blocks like you're building up something out of Legos. Code-based tools allow you to do point-and-click logic generation. Some of them allow you to build your own custom functionality. And the two that we're going to look at are MIT App Inventor 2, which actually started out as a MIT project, then became a Google beta project, and finally has migrated back to MIT, and is being used by hundreds and hundreds of teachers around the country to teach programming to people who've never done any kind of programming before. The other thing we're going to look at is something called Basic for Android. It's a Windows-only application, but it's something much akin to Visual Basic for Android, meaning it's very simple to design a screen, click on some controls, write a little bit of basic code, and make an Android app in a very, very simple way. Both of these tools will allow you to debug using the Android emulator or an Android device. We're going to show both. If it's at all possible, it's best to use an Android device. It's faster, it's more reliable, and it actually shows you what you're going to get on the device because the emulator really is an emulation. It's one of the reasons it's slow. And it's also one of the reasons why real professional developers don't use the emulator for anything other than to begin learning Android development. So if you actually expect to take your app and put it on your phone or on your tablet, or send it to a friend or a coworker or a potential professional developer to do development, you'll want to go ahead and set up your device for debugging, and we'll show you how to do that, and then test your app on your device. No-code tools provide pre-formatted business solutions. They're great if you're a retail store, you offer professional services, or you're a musician. It allows you to expose your website, your blog, and other kinds of data feeds in an app that's branded with your particular information. These tools generally require no logic whatsoever, and you simply assemble them out of pre-built parts, and we'll look at some of those tools after we look at App Inventor and Basic for Android. Some examples of the no-code tools are AppyPie, MakeMeDroid, Eachscape, and AppGyver. Some of these tools generate only Android applications, and some of them generate both iPhone and Android applications, and some of them even generate web applications, all as part of the same package. Enough talking about simple Android development environments. Let's look at MIT App Inventor 2 and actually build a Hello World and an actual app and show how to debug it on the emulator and on an Android device.